Here we are, stage 12, another opportunity for the sprinters, and we were deliberating over the break making it or not. Another long one, 204 kilometres with 2,200 metres of elevation, 3 Category 4 climbs and a hot day to add to that fatigue. Let's have a look at some of the key moments from the day then, shall we? The first one being the intermediate sprint, and I would like to point out the intent of Intermarché with 3 teammates ahead of the green jersey wearer, Biniam Girmay, versus Jasper Philipsen here, who is by himself. And if I let this roll, it was a really, really strong display on a hard intermediate sprint, an uphill one at that, just showing the legs of Biniam Girmay already at this stage of the race. 2 teammates left here. We're coming into a couple of 100 metres to go. Biniam Girmay launching his sprint on the right-hand side. Jasper Philipsen not able to come around him. And if I just go back here slightly, you can see Jasper Philipsen taking a look over his left-hand shoulder to check there's no more challengers and saving his legs for the final, potentially. The second clip that we're going to look at here was just under 12 kilometres to go. A really big crash in a chaotic peloton. It was the Astana rider who got caught out by this central reservation that you can see in the middle of the road. And critically, the big rider to lose out here was Primoz Roglic and the team. Just a different shot here. You can see the Astana guy just getting caught out in the middle of the road, taking down a lot of riders behind him there. Primoz Roglic going down, taking a hard hit to his right shoulder and also to his head. You could see that in the clips of him coming to the finish line. Technical problems as well for the bike. And most importantly, losing 2 minutes and 27 seconds in the final of today's stage. These are the shots of him coming into the line, looking battered and bruised. Damaged helmet as well, so you can see a big blow to the head. Hopefully he'll be able to start tomorrow's stage. The third clip we're going to look at is this one. So the riders are just coming under the Flamme Rouge with 1 kilometre to go. And if I just skip forward here, I can show you how far back Biniam Girmay and Jasper Philipsen are. So this is Biniam Girmay and this is Jasper Philipsen, so very far back. Going to go on to the next clip now. So 623 metres to go. And it was a very, very chaotic final, especially after that crash that we saw with just under 12 kilometres to go. And if I come forward here, some very key moments in the final. You can see here, Biniam Girmay, Mark Cavendish here. Demar is being led out by his lead-out man, Dan McClay, who is now going backwards at this stage. Mark Cavendish makes a big move around Dan McClay. So he came around this rider here. Arnaud Demar is on the left-hand side with Wout van Aert just behind him. Biniam Girmay with clear space with the legs. Let's see what happens in the finish. Biniam Girmay, a clear run to the line. Arnaud Demar on the left-hand side to take second. Jasper Philipsen had to come from so far back. Demar ended up relegated on today's stage, and this is why. If I just come backwards, you can see a big space on his right-hand side as opposed to now where he is closed on that barrier. The barrier does come in slightly, so you could argue that that didn't help him in that situation. Mark Cavendish going left around Dan McClay, who is coming backwards after that lead out. A big swing out left here and back onto the wheel of Biniam Girmay, impeding the riders behind him. Both riders relegated after today's stage.